Good morning, Jackie Broman here from TBA Law, and it's my last live stream before Christmas. So what I really wanted to do today was give you a bit more information about working with legal practitioners. So right back to basics, because quite often we assume that people know what lawyers do and how to engage us, but in fact I do know that it can be quite daunting to find the right person and then to even contact them in the first place. So how do you even find the lawyer that's right for you? So lawyers are broken up into a couple of categories. We've got solicitors and barristers. They're both lawyers. Solicitors are the ones that are generally in your community working in the local firms or in large firms in the city. Barristers are in fact really subcontractors to solicitors. So barristers tend to do a whole lot more court work than solicitors do. However, solicitors can also appear in court. And barristers tend to be a little bit more specialised in that you can also go to a barrister for detailed advice and they'll write essentially a paper for you on the advice. But it's generally a solicitor that engages a barrister and then pays the barrister. So if you're going to engage someone, you're going to engage a solicitor. Now, solicitors used to be almost like a medical GP. So you'd go to your local solicitor as your first stop shop, and then you could get referrals on to more specialist areas. However, with increasing regulation and the law getting more and more complex and more areas of the law, you're less likely to find your local solicitor will have knowledge or expertise in everything. So more and more solicitors are in fact narrowing down what they do as well, and even specialising. So myself, for example, I went on and did a further master's degree in applied law, specifically in wills and deceased estates. And then I got my Law Institute accreditation in that area. So I can say that I'm a specialist in that area. So if you go to the Law Institute website, you can actually use their referral service and find a solicitor that is a specialist in the area of law that you're looking for. Our firm only does fairly narrow areas of the law. We generally do what families need in the local area, but we don't do employment law, we don't do residential tenancy, we don't do any sort of negligence claims, we don't really do environmental law. There's so many things we don't do, but we can help you with a referral. So that's how to firstly find the right area of law for you. Then finding the right lawyer. So if you go to the Law Institute, they'll generally give you, 3 to 5 people in the area of the law that you're looking for. What you're then going to do is you're going to stalk them online. You're going to look at their websites, you're going to look at their LinkedIn profiles. You're going to see what areas of the law they actually do a lot of work in, because unfortunately some solicitors do actually say they do all sorts of areas that they don't often practice in. So you're going to have a look. You're also going to have a look to see whether you get a good impression of the person and whether you feel comfortable working with them. Then you're also going to give the office a call. You don't have to speak to the solicitor. In fact, it's preferential not to. Just talk to the reception. Talk to reception, find out how they bill, and find out what the process is of making a first appointment. Can you get your half hour free from the Law Institute referral? Is there a fee just to meet them the first time to see whether you want to work with them or not? Once you've met a couple of solicitors and worked out which one you're going to work with, the next step is usually the solicitor should explain the process to you of what they're going to do. Okay, so you're going to understand what the next couple of steps are that you're going to go through, and you're also generally going to either get a fixed fee price at that time, or you're going to get a cost agreement of some kind that will tell you generally, what sort of costs you're looking at, like a range, and how they bill. Right, a lot of lawyers now do fixed fee, which is great. A lot still do time billing. Some areas of the law really have to be time billed to a degree, so just understand how that works and where the additional fees come in, right? So that generally is some information for you which will hopefully help you to access the law, how to find a lawyer in the right area of the law for you, how to go about researching them and make sure that you feel comfortable working with them, and then the first stages of working with a lawyer, knowing the process for the first few steps and knowing how much it's going to cost you. So, the moral of the story, do your research. Don't just walk into a solicitor's office that is local to you, and if you are referred to a lawyer by a friend, still do your research on that lawyer to see whether they're even suitable for the sort of matter that you've got. And I do really highly recommend getting a referral from the Law Institute. Lawyers that are registered with the Law Institute tend to be ones that administer their firms in accordance with regulations, and also they often give you a half hour free if you get the referral from the Law Institute, so please do use that service. Otherwise, I really hope that that's helpful for anyone looking to engage a lawyer or feeling really intimidated before doing so. Really do your research and take control of the process yourself, and the first person you meet doesn't have to be the person that you go ahead with. So I wanted to also wish everyone a Merry Christmas. We are closed from this Friday the 21st through until the 7th of January, so we are having 2 weeks off. Your emails will still obviously be received, but they may not be responded to, and we do have a phone message service that records messages, but again, you probably won't have a response until we're back on the 7th of January. So everyone, I hope you really have a safe and Merry Christmas over the break.